What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Nacho Wrestling, and in today's video we are looking at our predictions for All In Texas 2025. But I know you might be wondering, how am I making this video right now? Nacho, you've made it very clear that you're going to All In Texas. How can you be making a video and driving there at the same time? That's not safe. That defies all laws of physics. Well, my friend, please relax. I am not some sort of weird, superpowered being. I cannot change and bend the space-time continuum and allow me to just teleport to Texas. No, that'd be impossible. I'm filming this video like a week in advance. Duh. With that out of the way, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to stay up to date on all things Nacho Wrestling, and if this is your first time watching a Nacho Wrestling video, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers, and your help would be greatly appreciated. With that out of the way, let's get to the predictions. One last quick little note I want to make is that this is not the full complete card, because as of recording this on July 5th, the day after our glorious Independence Day, there are only 7 matches announced for the show, and those 7 matches look to be pretty fun, pretty interesting, pretty high-octane matches, all things considered. So if this was it, if they were just doing this 7-match card, it'd probably be a perfect show. Top 10, AEW show of all time, if we're being honest. But they might add like 2-3 more matches and make it like a 10-match card, 11-match card maybe, in the span of a week. Obviously, the TNT title is going to be defended against who, I have no idea. But, just something like that. So, with that out of the way, let's get into these predictions finally. And let's start with Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay, the Mogul Assassins. Cool name, by the way. Really fucking cool name. Taking on the Young Bucks, the EVPs of Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. The caveat here being that, of course, if the EVPs lose, they are stripped of their EVP stature or title or whatever. And then on the flip side, if Mogul Assassins lose, both men, being top faces for AEW, will not be able to challenge for the world title for a year. Mind you, a year. Cody Rhodes in 2020 is rolling in his grave right now. He's so confused. With that whole stipulation thing aside, I do see this match really going either way, even if the stipulation weren't involved. But with that stipulation, it does make me think that there's going to be sort of a dusty finish. Not that both teams are going to draw out or anything like that. But, we could see the return of Jack Perry, maybe to help the Young Bucks beat the Mogul Assassins, leading to a Will Ospreay Jack Perry feud. I know that sounds horrendous for people who really fucking hate Jack Perry, but Tony Khan seems to be okay with him these days. So if he comes back and he does something with Will Ospreay, remember this video, remember this moment. With the Jack Perry hypothesis of it all, I do think at the end of the day, we are going to see the Young Bucks get the win no matter what, because I think there's a lot more story to tell if Will and Swerve kind of have to sit back for a year. They got to do something else. They can't chase the big one. They got to chase something else. And I think that's interesting for both guys. Yeah, give me Young Bucks. Give me Young Bucks. Nobody else. Nobody else should win this match, to be quite honest with you. Mainly because if All In is going to end on a huge happy moment with Hangman, you don't want it to be overshadowed by possibly other bigger, happier moments. I hope that makes sense. Next up, we have the 2 Casino Gauntlet matches. First up, we're going to talk about the Women's Casino Gauntlet, which as of right now on Saturday, July 5th, only has 1 participant announced, that being Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander is a great choice for someone who should win the match and who should earn a shot against the world champion later on this year, just based off pure in-ring work and everything she's been doing the past year or so for AEW. However, since Chris has been announced for it and won the match to get in, I don't think she's winning. It's kind of hard to take a pick on who's going to win this match. My first initial instinct is to go with Mina Shirakawa, just because of the fact that she had that match with Mercedes. If Mercedes beats Tony, there's kind of already a built-in thing there for her and Mina to run it back again. So, maybe Mina is my first initial thought. But after that, some other names that come to my head. I know there's a lot of rumor and speculation that she's leaving AEW, that her contract is up, and she's trying to find a way out of her contract. But like if Britt Baker just randomly pulled up, that'd be funny. Just, based off everything. Another great name, I think, to make an appearance in the match, not necessarily win it. Queen Aminata. I think I fucked that up. Queen Aminata. I'll say that one more time. She's great. Love her. Saw her at the Ring of Honor tapings back when I went to Collision in January. She's really fun. So seeing her in there would be awesome. It's hard to think of who else off the top of my head. Like Anna Jay, obviously. Ty Mello, obviously. But I'm trying to think of people who could actually win it or should win it. Timeout. I just thought of it. I was thinking of Ring of Honor women. Give me Athena. Give me Athena. It makes the most sense, especially if Mercedes wins the belt against Tony. Have Mercedes and Athena run it back, because I think they've wrestled before. And, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss right there. And Athena should beat Mercedes Moné. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, folks. After the women's Casino Gauntlet match, we have the men's Casino Gauntlet match. This match does have 2 official participants announced for it. The first 2 that will start being MJF and Mark Briscoe. Obviously, neither of these fellas are going to win it. MJF would be a cool choice to win it if, he was told by the Hurt Syndicate, hey, you have to win this or you're out. But that's not the case, so I think he's fine with taking an L here, as long as he doesn't eat the pin. I think is the biggest thing. If he eats the pin, might be an issue. I think a surprise name we're going to see in this match is Cedric Alexander, for one. Oh, wait, no, he just showed up in TNA. Never mind. Just forgot about that. I wanted Cedric to show up in AEW, but, hindsight being what it is, if somebody said something about my girlfriend like that, I wouldn't work for them later in my life. So I get him not going and working for Tony Khan for everything he said about Big Swole. But, whatever, that's not my place. But Cedric would have been a cool shout and then eventually join the Hurt Syndicate. However, this is Texas. I think he's still under contract with AEW. So I think it would be really awesome if Keith Lee was healthy and able to make his return to the ring in his home state of Texas and fucking win it. I mean, come on. And then who better to have a fucking match with fucking Hangman for the belt than Keith Lee? Keith Lee can go. I mean, he hasn't wrestled in a while, but we all love Keith Lee. Everybody loves Keith Lee. I haven't met somebody that wasn't at least a fan of him. They may not have enjoyed his character work, but they were a fan of his wrestling. Or they may have not enjoyed his style of wrestling, but they thought his character stuff and his, the way he spoke, his syntax or whatever was nice. So yeah, I've never seen anybody just genuinely not like him. So give me Keith Lee as not only a surprise return, but a winner as well. If not Keith Lee, Kyle Fletcher. Next up, we have the AEW Tag Team Championship belts, as the Hurt Syndicate will be defending their tag titles against Jet Speed, aka Mike Bailey, and Kevin Knight. If I was a betting man, I would take the Hurt Syndicate, and I am a betting man. Give me the Hurt Syndicate. This makes the most sense. Jet Speed are a thrown together tag team. Yeah, they've been in the tag division for consecutively a month or 2 now, but that's a month or 2 compared to Lashley and Shelton's literally company crossing tag team history together. So I know it's only WWE and AEW, but still, they've been together for a lot longer. So in kayfabe, they're gonna work out better. So give me the Hurt Syndicate, probably with some help from MJF, depending on where the men's Casino Gauntlet falls in the night, or MVP, again depending on if MJF is out there or not. Hurt Syndicate, I feel like this is the easiest lock of the night. I love Speedball, love Kevin Knight, but I don't think Tag Gold is really what either of those guys should be chasing anymore. The AEW Unified Championship match. This is the AEW Continental Champion and the AEW International Champion, Kenny Omega, Kazuchika Okada, going again for the first time in a long time. And I have no idea who to fucking pick for this one, guys. I genuinely am flabbergasted by this one. On one hand, Okada should win. It makes the most sense. Especially, like I mentioned, with the happy ending stuff, you don't want to have too many happy endings because you don't want anything to overshadow the main event. Because you want the people to remember the main event more than anything. I guess, by that logic, I'm going to take Okada. I'm not happy about it because I love Kenny, but I also love Okada too. So, you know, either way, I get to be in the presence of this match. I see that as an absolute win. The AEW Women's Championship match, as Timeless Toni Storm is defending her belt against Mercedes Moné, the CEO. Like I said, I have Athena winning the Battle Royal because I think Mercedes Moné is getting the win here and becoming AEW Women's Champion and TBS Women's Champion at the same time. Something that no one has ever done for the company, and I think that's a great way to help establish the women's division as this fucking end-all be-all, because they have this Thanos-like person in Mercedes. She's about to have 6 belts. 6 fucking belts! Like, Kenny Omega wishes he had that many belts during his belt collector gimmick. The only person that trumps that is the freaking Dragon Lee Photoshop. Finally, on the docket, we have the AEW World Championship match, as Hangman Adam Page will be vying for it against champion Jon Moxley in a Texas death match. And I'm so glad they made this a Texas death match, because that just, you know what, like, yeah, let's get it right out of the way right now. Let's get the Death Riders out here. Let's get Will and Swerve back out here. Let's get the Young Bucks back out here. Let's get the entire Face locker room out here. Let's get Bryan Danielson back out here. Like, everybody is gonna come out. This is AEW's equivalent to WrestleMania 40. That is exactly what this is. And I know a lot of Fed-coded, Fed-pilled people are gonna be upset about that. And they're gonna be, oh, AEW is just copying WWE. They can't do anything original. Newsflash. Almost everything in wrestling is a copy of something else. The fucking Cody Rhodes story is the same fucking story that WWE has told countless times over. This time, they actually just got... That terrible rant aside, I do think Hangman is going to get the win through all the help, through all the shenanigans. If I'm not mistaken, Hangman is undefeated in Texas death matches. If that doesn't show you who's winning the match, I don't think anything will. The only thing that makes me hesitant, and this is like sort of a crackpot conspiracy theory thing, but the way Mox was talking about being at the top of the mountain and all that jazz, it made me think of Darby and Mount Everest. And I don't know if that was supposed to be an innuendo or something, like, hey, Darby might come back too. Or like, hey, I'm waiting for the guy that literally climbed the highest peak to come back and climb the highest peak metaphorically. Just a little conspiracy theory on my part. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. With that out of the way, let me know what you guys think is going to happen at AEW All In Texas down in the comments below. And since this is being made before the rest of the matches are announced for the show, let me know down in the comments what other matches were announced and if you're excited for one of those more than the ones that I talked about today. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to stay up to date on all things Nacho Wrestling. And like I said at the top of the video, if this is your first time watching a Nacho Wrestling video, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers and your help would be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.